Welcome back to a new video. So I'm about to go out to the shed for a Sunday training session. Saturday, I just didn't have any energy. I was just overextended from the block session because Friday was also really light. I just did some muscle snatches and some strict press and was hoping that Saturday I'd feel good and just didn't have any energy and just kind of gave up on lifting on Saturday, which is fine. I am going to sign up for the competition that's in August, so that will be like mid-August, and I believe it's 6 weeks from now. The goal is to at least make openers, so 122 or 123 in the snatch, and then between 157 and I guess 160 in the clean and jerk to open, and then just to see what I'm able to get up from those points. So in training, the goal is to make those as automatic as possible, to make them as easy as possible, so that I can take, jumps in competition. Ideally, with the snatch, I'd go up to 127 after the 122 or 3, and then be able to attempt 130 with clean and jerk, to go up to 164 from whatever I open with, and then to take a big crack at 170 or something like that. So to see if we're able to get up to that point. I mean, if I go and just hit openers, I'll be fine with that, because I really went back and forth whether it was like, do I care about competing or not? And I kind of came on the end, it's like, if I'm weightlifting, I might as well compete. There's no reason not to. And especially clean and jerks, I usually get a boost out of it, and it also gives me a specific target date to peak my lifts, and I don't just go in the gym like, I don't feel that good, and just kind of stop. Yesterday was not like I was peaked for that day, so I'm not doing the competition just because I had a bad heavy day, and I'm like, well, I need that extra motivation. Like, I kind of figured, because how sore I was from that Thursday session, those push press thruster things absolutely wrecked my upper traps and shoulders, besides all the lifts as well. So those are actually good. So I'm gonna, speaking less about that, that's kind of like a general update. I am planning on trying to do a similar lift. So instead of the push press, to do that kind of thruster into a jerk. I don't know what weight I'll be able to get up to, but I'm gonna start with that lift and to do volume with that, and then take the blocks away and do some power snatch and some power clean. I haven't really divided up how I want the session exactly to look yet, but I'm going to start with the overhead stuff and continue to hammer that. I'm also trying to not necessarily improve my sleep, but to go to bed a little bit earlier, wake up a bit earlier, and just kind of get into that normal routine and not stay up to 2 a.m. every day because it's summer and I can. Get to bed a little bit earlier, wake up a little bit earlier, do some of that morning mobility, and also not necessarily try to accumulate a lot of steps each day, but to accumulate a lot of movement. So like, I've been doing stationary bike, and the way I'm measuring that versus just steps is just with calories, and trying to convert that to steps as much as I can. So to accumulate either stationary bike, rowing, walking, a combination of the 3 each day, up to a certain amount, at least 10,000 between the 3 different things, but at a minimum, just to do it, just to get extra, just easy motion and easy movement in. So that being said, we're going to go out there and see what the, I guess, thruster jerk things look like. If they feel good, if I'm able to get up to like 100, then I would like to do it for multiple sets of maybe 3 to 5, and then we'll see what the power snatches and the power cleans and all that look like. And I'll also be adjusting the training during the week as far as what day I do different things. The block session I'm going to move to Wednesday, and Monday will be a snatch and clean and jerk day, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays will be squats, and ideally I do them earlier in the day, but more squat volume. And then Fridays will be kind of the similar light session, Saturdays similar heavy session, and then Sundays could be like this today, where I'm doing kind of block lifts or power snatches, just kind of random things. Just kind of an a la carte day, just whatever I feel like doing. It could be as little as nothing, or it could be a lot. So we'll see how I feel out there, but enough rambling, let's go to it. So the training went actually really well. The thruster things, once I put the crash pads on, I was able to have a full grip. What I did before, I think it was Thursday, was kind of those push press things. It took several reps to get 70 to just be in my front rack. And a lot of that's because I have to pitch forward to unrack the bar or to get it off the blocks. But with the crash pads, I was able to more easily just go right up into that position. Two reasons I don't use those normally on the jerk blocks is, the first is a practical reason. It's really difficult to put plates on because the plates sink down into the foam of it, so it becomes extremely difficult to add plates or take plates off and to move it around. Also, I guess the third reason, the second one of three, is that it's hard to, you can't roll it forward or back. It's in that spot where it is, which some people might enjoy, but I kind of like rolling it around before I do the lift. The other is that I did use it once for jerks, and I got up to a heavier weight, and I actually dipped far enough down to where I felt the plates actually bump the crash pad. It's not like, maybe fall over or anything, but just having that in my mind made me realize that it's just slightly too high to do full regular jerks all the time. Probably would be fine most of the time, but don't want to have to be thinking about that when I'm doing a heavier weight. But for the kind of thruster jerk thing I did today, I actually felt really good. I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to do 120 really easily. I did 2 sets of 5 with the last rep just being a normal jerk. Then moved on to doing block power snatches, which I was originally going to think to do them on the floor, but since I already had the blocks out, I was like, this is kind of a perfect day to do something where I'm just trying to move fast, trying to be aggressive, and not pulling all the way from the floor. And I already had the blocks out. So I did 2 sets of 5 at 80, and they felt fine. It was a movement. I actually haven't done block power snatches in quite a while, even though I've been doing block work. Then did some block power cleans, which I'm horrible at. My best block power clean is 125, which for context, my best power clean ever is 147. I've done 140 a lot of times, and so like that's kind of like my consistent 1 rep max. So it's at least 15 kilos below that, and it's hilarious how difficult the 125 was. It was as difficult as the 147 was. I just can't get a good position to pull from it, and that's one of the reasons why cleans from that position are difficult. But at least for like 100 kilos, it's like once I get above like 110, then the powers just become extremely difficult / impossible once I'm to like 120, 125. But did a couple sets of 3, threw in a push press there, and I actually did probably actual cardio today. So I went on a walk. I have this like 1.5 mile loop around my neighborhood that I can take, and towards the end of it, I actually was mixing in some very small bursts of jogging, mostly just to increase my heart rate a little bit, and then a couple of, I would say, decent sprints. They weren't super long or anything, but like putting the effort into actually running like as hard as I can for a couple of seconds, maybe 1 or 2, not too many. I mean, it didn't feel like it was that long. So you always feel like you're moving faster when you're actually doing it, but it's nice that like nothing hurts horribly when I start to jog or anything. Get a little bit of like right knee irritation, but I'm not trying to jog 2 miles or 1.5 miles or whatever at once. I'm mostly utilizing it to just elevate my heart rate to kind of, I don't want to say cheat the cardio, but most of the time my heart rate stays in the kind of that moderate zone, so below 140. And if I'm able to jog just even a little bit, then it shoots it up just a little bit above 140, so I get some of that more vigorous heart rate time. So it's a way for me to kind of push my heart rate up, and kind of an easy way, because if I'm using a stationary bike, I have to go ham on that thing to get my heart rate to actually elevate up. And when I'm doing that, it's actually quite easy. So I don't know how often I'll do something like that, but when I'm going around my neighborhood, I might just start to add that in, at least just a couple of sprints. So you see a goofy 235-pound adult male randomly sprinting down the sidewalk. It's me trying to elevate my heart rate a little bit, but also getting some extra sprints in. But tomorrow will be snatch and cleansure day. I don't know, and maybe some, I don't know exactly, at least those 2 lifts, but we'll see how I'm feeling on that day. Want to continue to hammer the movement in. I don't know how many, I think I only got like 3,000 steps from that walk, but then I've been stationary biking, so like actual calorie amount is more, but we'll probably do more stationary biking later. I've been actually liking that. Done it a couple times today, but just kind of using that to build the volume of the movement. And then walking, obviously I can do that forever, but like running and stuff, I'm not going to be able to do a ton of it really, nor do I really want to, because just I'm too big where it hurts, and I don't want to have knee irritation from that. But like stationary bike is kind of that good like easy volume to just build the amount of just easy cardio that I'm doing. But that being said, that's it for this one. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.